Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Monday afternoon, June 1st. One day under our belts. You're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. And we get a P shape for short covering. Now, it became a little bit of an elongated P shape at one point, and which put me in a little bit of trouble. But I've worked my way out of it and ended up having a decent trade out of it. We are in a 5-day balance. Traders will do what's worked till it does not work anymore. We got towards the top of a 5-day balance and, more importantly, a monthly high, and backed off and could never get a high after I period. Volume, absolutely horrendous at 52 million. We're only averaging 95 million as it is. 52 million with the after hours. We're going to do 55, 60 million. So absolutely horrendous. Again, you got to ask yourself, are higher prices cutting off volume? Now, let's go to what I did today. Buyers did win the day. We had higher value all day. We never saw the opening after B shape, but they certainly weren't as strong as we thought they could have been when they had a chance for a trend day. I had 2 sets of single prints. Both of them got filled. So A period. I took a short in A period when we opened. Got up to L's high, which was the price probe from yesterday. First it opened. We traded back and forth through the opening. Actually tested the price spike. Actually got it a little bit below it, but it held nicely. Never saw it again, which is pretty impressive. That was one heads up that buyers were in control. But I did take a short in A period when it got to the price probe, because where there should have been buyers this morning, there weren't, and I was looking for sellers the first time. It happened, came down. That was a nice trade. Then after that, I took a bunch of longs. I took a long in B period when we took out A, started one time framing up, fully expecting to take out Friday's high, which we did. Then I took a long in C period, again, against the single prints, to see if they would hold. They had held briefly, but we got it enough where we got a new high. Another one in E, we had an inside bar, never could take out D's low, took it looking for back to yesterday's or Friday's high. That worked out. Same thing in F. So once we one time framed up, even though we stopped it in D, we had an inside bar, value was high, the indices were up. I wasn't looking for a short. The only way I would have looked for a short is if E had come down, taken out D's low, and actually tested and or got accepted below the opening. Never got that far. Took a long in F, looking to pop the top. I did it. Then this is where I got into a little bit of trouble, and this is why. So we had new highs, right, in B, C, but they came in each time. And then D stopped the one-time framing up. I'm like, okay, the buyers are winning the day, but they're not as strong, so I would look to fade a new high. And I did that in F. And I started it in F, and then continued in G, and then you saw what happened. Now, it was very small to start, very small. And even when H opened, when it went up, it was small. Where I finally took the big position was in I. I'm trying to think if it was I or J. I think it was I. It was I period. So I was small initially, but it was costing me because we were going up. I was fading the trend day. But again, it was 18 contracts at the time. I added 75 up around H's high. And then between I coming in, J coming in, turned out to be a good trade. So was I right to do it initially? Okay, I could say I was right because I was looking for a fade. But again, like I've told you in the past, once H came down and did not fill my single prints, it did fill the ES's. That's why I kept the 18. But when we took out G's high, I should have just put that 18 to bed and then taken that trade up here, because it would have been a much more successful trade. But it still worked out okay. And then I took longs after that in K, L, and M, all small. K went down. I thought it might be the afternoon pullback low. Took it back up. Same thing in L. And in M, again, I did the same thing. Nothing big. I was thinking possibly we would get a price probe, but they just didn't have the energy. The tempo was horrible. The volume was horrendous. Never got it. So those are all basically scalps in K, L, and M. But it turned out to be a pretty good day overall. No complaints. Let's go over destinations. Now, first one on the upside will be today's high of 306.21, and then the monthly high of 306.84, and then that daily high of 308.47. For the downside, we don't have anything to 303.06, which is today's low, then 301.58, 10 wide from the 29th, 299.47 daily low, and 299.45 afternoon pullback low for May 27th. And I was saying that in the room to show you how mechanical we have been. We held this afternoon pullback low by 2 cents in SPY, right? 2.99, and we've done nothing but go up. Same thing today. We went down. We did get the price spike, went below it. Volume was light, went above the opening, never saw it again. So it is absolutely short-term traders that we are trading against. This is absolutely a P-shape for short covering. Even though the buyers won the day, the trend day up failed. Every time they tried to get distance, it failed also. All right, before I get to the charts, I'm going to keep mentioning this over the next couple of days. Mark your calendars for Saturday, June 13th. I'm going to do a webinar on GoToMeeting.com at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I will do a small video here either Wednesday or Thursday night, putting out all the details. It'll be $20, which 10% is going to go to whoever, whatever the total is, St. Jude's, where my daughter, her sorority, is affiliated with, and I love their cause. So anything I make from the webinar, at least 10% is going to go to St. Jude's. All right, let's go to the charts. So monthly, first day of the month, right? We had an inside month up 2 months ago, inside month up last month, coming out of the inside month. It was very successful. Today, we attempt to get very close to the high of last month, and if we do, I'll probably be calling it, instead of balance, at least balance to up, because we'll be one time framing up 2 months, even though we'll be below that 313.84. So the bulls are really trying to extend this run from March's lows. Above the trend line, in balance. Weekly. One time framing up for 2 weeks, same thing. They're trying to take out last week's high to get going to this weekly high, which is also the monthly high. Staying above 302.50, which is very important to stay out of this balance. So the weekly, very healthy to start. And the daily, 5-day balance now, right? We went over this, right? We still have the 200-day moving average below us. Bulls need to get above last month's high. Bears want to take it back down, take out yesterday's low, and start in little baby steps, start taking out a couple of these daily lows. I hope you had a good day trading. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.